What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Other Side of the Firewall, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And Levon Maynard.
How the hell are you?
There it is. What's going on? Welcome to another week of the show. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. So we record every Monday through Friday. So Monday and Tuesday are our topics. Wednesday is our discussion. I almost said discussion post, like a class. Wednesday is our discussion. Thursday's Ask Us SP. And then Friday is everything else, right? We talk about anything we've been watching, learning, all that good stuff. Try to stay away from cyber, but it always comes back up. But definitely continue to tune in. And without further ado, I give it to Levon.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it looks like today we got an article from Ars Technica. This one's from Dan Gooden. And essentially, this article is describing situation around Google Play apps have been downloaded at 300,000 times that have stolen bank credentials. Essentially, these are applications that made their way into the Google Play Store. And in this particular situation, the applications were disguised as like QR scanners, PDF scanners, cryptocurrency wallets. I think there were some like fitness trackers and some fitness workout applications. And essentially what they're doing is these applications seemingly are obviously getting added to the Google Play Store, and they actually have the functionality that they're exhibiting or they're promising. So you go into the application, you download it, you start using it, maybe use your PDF scan, you start using your fitness tracker. But then like maybe, I don't know, X amount of days later or X amount of hours later, it'll ask to update. The application will actually ask to update and update itself automatically behind, outside of the Google Play Store. And it essentially will install some malicious software that kind of at that point compromises your phone. And with this software, they're able to obviously get these keystrokes and data and pull information from your phone, and use this for basically gathering whatever they want, whatever they can get out of your accounts. They have access to your get access to your MFA, get access to your passwords, and pretty much anything of that nature. So it's kind of sneaky how they're doing this. I mean, typically you think Google Play Store would be able to kind of scan and remove this kind of like vulnerability, but essentially Google's just looking for this kind of software that's embedded in the application ahead of time. And now these companies are making sure to kind of keep it in the back end and make it available afterwards after you have the software already downloaded. So it's kind of sneaky, kind of clever how they're doing it. Obviously, it's not a good thing that they're doing this and compromising people's phones, but something they got to be aware of. And the article describes a little bit about like going into the Google Play Store, and you can kind of keep track of some applications that are like, obviously, it's basically giving suggestion to not download applications that don't have many reviews, that haven't been used much, that obviously look kind of like maybe janky, to say in like a layman's terms, I guess. Just kind of janky looking application that don't look like they're legit. Obviously, if you need like a PDF reader, you maybe want to go to some Adobe software or something like that or whatever. You can even use some of the browsing applications, but nonetheless, it's basically it just describes that the situation that it happened in the Google Play Store, and they found these applications. Obviously, Google was pretty quick to get them removed as soon as they found out that these particular applications were vulnerable. And it's just something that we got to be aware of. We got to keep an eye out and make sure that you're trying to stay away from these unscrupulous applications. I typically only download like name brand, I guess, applications that are well known. And PDF scanners, there's like a lot of Microsoft. Microsoft has their own version of like a PDF scanner, and I don't know, QR scanners you can actually have those embedded in a lot of the camera applications. Already have that. Yep. They already have those like embedded, so you don't really need a QR scanner anyway. But some people out there is looking for some I don't know, a go-to application. People especially that maybe are not familiar with using their phone, don't know it's already included in their phone. They may just go ahead and download something just to have it separately. But I guess with that, how about you, Ryan? Do you have some thoughts on this?
Yeah, definitely. You should buy a name brand phone. That's probably that's your first problem. You bought an Android. uh, it's very deceptive. Like, so people think they're doing the right thing by updating their applications, and then that's when they're getting got, right. It's Anatasa and Tesa. I don't know how to pronounce the Trojan you're downloading, but it's after the fact. So you download the application, you're good to go, and then in the future, it's kind of like a supply chain attack. Sooner or later, you download the actual Trojan. So people are trying to do the right thing. I don't know how Android can be proactive with it. I'm not sure exactly, like, because like you said, they vet the application before it hits the marketplace, and then it hits after the fact. So they probably will blacklist that developer or whomever made the application, but then it's too late. They already have your bank account information or whatever they're trying to steal. I don't download a bunch of apps. Like, I barely use my phone for phone-like purposes. Like, I browse the web a lot. But I only have like those major applications to get to my social medias and things of that nature. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, people are like downloading things to like virtual rulers, like you said, QR scanners they don't really need. It's already built into the phone. So I mean, it's hard to figure out what will protect people. I know, like, my youngest, he has 1 billion apps on his iPhone, or not his iPhone, his iPad. Like, because a free app will lead you to another free app, will lead you to another free app. I'm like, can I have this one? Like, what is that? Like stick figures fighting or something. He's like, it's got 1 million downloads, so it must be okay, right? It's got 4 stars or whatever, but that could be the foot in the door. So it's kind of hard to decipher what will protect people. I would just say, don't download apps you don't need per se. Like, it's already, like you said, built into the phone, like QR scanners, things of that nature. Like, just use what the phone has, because it's vetted by Apple or is vetted by Android. But yeah, that's a difficult one. But it breached a lot of accounts. It's still ongoing. So there's another article I was going to hit Levon with, because I'm an Android hater, where they found it in several other apps. Like, it has a bigger footprint than they initially had discovered. But the more I talk trash, the more I'm worried about that it makes it to the Apple side. So then he sends me an article, and I'm not feeling that.
Right.
But what about you, Shannon? What you got?
All right, so Levon, I'm gonna have you back here at the risk of getting fired today. Spot. Okay, the risk of Ryan just cutting me off. You know what I mean? But it ain't like Apple is without their faults. I know we was talking offline. I was like, look, Ryan, I'm done with Apple, man. You got me to come. You got me to come over, but you won't get me again. I tell you that much. You know, hey, am I welcome back home?
Welcome back. Come on back.
I'm gonna get perfection on the side. Perfect on the side.
I'm gonna get a little bit more use out of it, because I pay my phones in full. So I'm like, I gotta get a little something out of it. But I'm gonna be on back. But more seriously though, so Levon, to hit on something you said, man, and I hate to give them credit, but they are really getting clever, right? And the way that I thought they got clever, so like, I'm gonna read off some of these apps, right, that they have, right? So 2-factor authenticator, right, was one of them. Protection Guard, QR Creator Scanner, Master Scanner Live, QR Scanner 2021, PDF Document Scanner for free. So here's why I say they're getting smart, right? Is they went for things that are, so with the QR scanner, right? I don't know if you guys go out a lot anymore, but I'm starting to get out there a little bit more. But like, you have a lot of these restaurants, they won't do a menu that you can do in hand anymore.
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's true.
You have to scan it, right? So everybody's doing that. So what do people think? If they don't know, like you were saying, Levon, like if you have a phone within the last, I'd say like 3 years, like that scanner is built into your camera app, just like you were saying, right? I'm guessing 3 years, right? At least. And they don't know that. So like, now, because you have all these people that are trying to go back out into the world and feel normal again, they're like, okay, that's the audience we need to hit, right? And here's where we're going to hit them with that, right? Another way, you know what I'm saying? Another way I thought they were smart was the PDF scanner one, right? A lot of people doing mobile work from home, right? So what are they doing, right? So they're doing stuff. They may be going out and doing something instead of being in a meeting, like right there at home or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And what do they have to download? Something for PDF scanning, you know what I mean? So that is where they're getting clever to me, is they're going after the targets that make more sense, to hit in this current environment, you know what I'm saying? That's what kind of stuck out for me, because I was like, man, QR scanner, PDF scanner, even the gym and fitness trainer. That was another one, right? You got these people that are like, I can't make it to the gym because I got to get in this meeting and then this meeting and then this meeting, right? So I'll just do something I could do from my phone, do at home for like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? That's another one. Bam. You know what I mean? That captive COVID audience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like this is one of those things like you guys were alluding to as well, right? Like it's kind of hard to eliminate this, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm fairly certain they probably vet the updates as well, but they're not putting as much attention into that as to when you initially put an application on
Right.
the store.
Right. And they said it was inconsistent. They targeted regions. So it wasn't every single phone received the update with the Trojan. There's only the markets, like you said, that they were like, okay, this is a good one for the US or from wherever.
Right.
But yeah, they're clever. I hate to give them their credit, man. I do, but yeah, you hit that. I was gonna say the same thing. Like, man, they're getting so much smarter.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like the fitness stuff. You expect like if you have like an application, especially if it's like offline and you want to like, oh, I want to get some new workouts. Let me go and let's download more. You know, it says that new workouts are available. Hit the update or something like that, and you go ahead and just update it, and that's when the Trojan gets dropped on your phone. So it's pretty clever. I mean, you got to give them credit where credit's due, even though it's obviously a bad thing, but they're they are getting smarter about it. It makes us have to be smarter about protecting ourselves.
Right. So definitely, if you're out there, you should update applications. Like, just don't download ones that you think are shady. But like Android's going to drop something, to patch and update. They haven't already. I'm sure they've done it several times already. But definitely get your updates from your carrier as well, because that's also going to be there to protect you. So updating is good. In this case, but there's nothing you can do about it. Like, they already had their foot in the door. So it was already a benign act on your part, and now it got worse. So don't be scared to update your stuff. Is what I'm trying to get to, because you have to. Just don't vet better. Like, do I need this? Do I need this application? And go from there. So,
right, especially like with the Google phones. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was going to say real quick. Google, and I'm sure Apple does the same thing. I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, but just like
bad.
when. Right. They do something. They got some other like privacy issues going on too, I think. No, I can't remember what we talked about negatively about Apple a while back, but nonetheless, I was going to mention that, especially with the application, they normally tell you what they're getting access to, and they ask you like, hey, you want to give permissions to your GPS, to your files and folders, and to your camera, and to your I don't know, some other information on your phone. So you make sure that you kind of vet these applications, especially if it's something that's supposed to be just scanning stuff. I guess you should only have access to maybe, I don't know, installing into your files and folders or something like that. It shouldn't have access to like your GPS and all those other information that it really doesn't need access to run the features. So something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, if calculator asks for your access to your contacts, there should be a that trips like, it sounds weird.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, so with that being said, go ahead and land this plane. Definitely continue to tune in Monday through Friday. Hit us up on the socials. You can hit up the website, www.theothersideofthefirewall.com. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy on LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and IG. And you, Levon?
Hit me up on the Twitters at Levon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe, stay secure.
Take care.